Welcome, traveler. Care to join me for a story?
Hello, and welcome back to A Starbourne Wedding. This is Hit Point Hall. My name is Mags, and we're about to play some D&D. But first, let's introduce our players.
Hi, I'm Sabrina. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm playing the Dowager Countess, Lady Jessamine Ramsbury Larkspur, whose pronouns are also she, her.
Hi, my name is New. I use he, him pronouns. And I'm playing Doles Diamant, who also uses he, him pronouns.
Hi, my name is Percy, and I will be playing Herbie the Herringon, who enjoys music and long walks on the beach.
Hi, my name is Aiden Owen. My pronouns are he, him, and I'll be playing
Dr. Sal Fenneman, he, they pronouns, and if I swallow wrong, my tie explodes.
And last but not least, I'm Nick, and I will be playing Erasmus Nash, who uses he, him pronouns.
All right, so last session, the royal nuptial and coronation was interrupted by an attempted coup done by the Duke, uncle to the princess. A dragon was summoned, the priest was killed, and the two brothers of Jessamine and Sal made an appearance. Doors mysteriously vanished, but with help from the first acolyte and the warden's diadem, a magical artifact responsible for the protection of the entire kingdom, the party was able to defeat and capture the Duke mostly unharmed. However, just as the battle seemed to have been resolved and all the loose ends neatly wrapped up, the Duke went catatonic and the princess vanished. Trying to find the source of the magic ensnaring the Duke, the party ended up following the trail left by the princess into an underground passage hidden under the depths of the castle. They entered a room and found their missing companion Doors lying unconscious and face down, and the princess, hands tied and dressed in rags. We will pick up as you see the shadows give way to the eerie bone-white skin of a changeling, wearing a triumphant smile. Through the doorway, as you watch her, like watercolors spreading across a page, the dark skin of the princess creeps across her face. The basement door slams shut, the bolt slides, and you are all left alone. What do you do? Doors is still unconscious for the moment.
All right, so
What the hell was that?
just to recap, the princess was not the princess. Someone's been impersonating the princess for who knows how long.
We've been duped.
We've been
That wasn't the
duped.
princess. Could it?
So observant.
Also, you should be more worried about this. The princess was your responsibility.
I mean, no, the princess was Dawes' responsibility. Is anybody going to help Dawes?
Doors? I didn't even
AKA
notice.
Somebody with a medical license?
Fine. All right, I'm gonna walk over to Doors and just check his pulse.
Sure. Doors has a heartbeat. He still breathes. He seems to still be alive.
Okay.
He perhaps was just knocked out with a blow.
Can I try and bring him back to consciousness?
Yes. Give me a medicine check.
These dice have done so well for me so far.
Can I perhaps do one of my alchemical tricks to wake Doors up and pull out like a smelling salve?
Sure. Go ahead and roll. I will say medicine as well for me.
Okay.
2 medicine checks. I feel so special.
I will say you do also still have the catatonic body of the Duke with you.
Oh, we do.
Oh yeah! Drop it.
Yeah, I think Erasmus has
Here,
kind of
you
lost
wake up
sight of
Doors,
that.
I'll wake up the Duke. How's that sound?
Don't wake up the Duke yet.
All right, we'll both try and
We
wake
should
up
help
Doors
Doors.
then.
I would like to just put a little bit of fabric under Doors' head just so he's more comfy.
What was that?
22.
Aw.
Incredible.
I don't know about you.
But I'm feeling
23.
Give me something.
So,
I'm wearing a mask as a tie.
Sal, what are you doing to
I
try?
am doing genuinely like actual medical work, like checking Doris' pulse, trying to like revive them with water or like just like sit them up, prop them up, get them like more blood flowing.
Cool.
Actual work.
So, Doors, you come to consciousness as you feel hands on you, sort of like propping you up. So you're sitting upright. You feel like, as you come back to your body, you feel kind of like tingling in your limbs as you've just been lying face down for a while. And then Erasmus like lights up in like a bit of red flame around you and holds these terrible smelling salts under you, and you fully snap back to consciousness.
All right, yeah, I had it. That's fine.
You see like Doors in like you holding him up, like starting to come up to consciousness. The clarity from the smelling salts. Doors' eyes shoot open and grabs Sal by the shoulders. The Duke was never supposed to be part of this.
How are you doing? Are you all right?
Where are we?
You see, at this moment, the princess finally speaks up. The real princess, the one in rags who looks dirtied and her hands are tied. And she goes, you're in the basement, which is kind of being used as a dungeon right now.
Don't we have a dungeon? Like an actual dungeon they
Yes,
could use?
but I don't think the guards would be quite amenable to seeing the princess in the
Fair.
dungeon.
No one goes in the wine cellar, that's true.
Secret dungeon.
Is she still tied up?
Yeah, can I?
She is still tied
I'm
up.
gonna go help her. I want to like take the ropes off her, or I'll like bite through them with my little teeth.
Wait, can you prove you're the real princess? I don't want to be
the real
duped again.
princess.
And could you tell before that that was a fake princess?
Well, what I could tell was that she was acting very suspicious.
And is this princess not suspicious as well? You
No,
just
look
happened
at
to come
her.
upon her?
What?
I'm not suspicious, I'm just dirty.
Wow.
Classism.
Yeah, wow.
Classism,
Erasmus is
Well,
super
can you prove
classist.
it? I don't want to be fooled again.
Why would you have any means to distrust her?
Well, in Erasmus's defense, we just saw an impersonator of the princess. So it's possible to distrust.
Hold on. Can I check the princess's vitals and just do a quick medicine run around to make sure this is a
Sure.
being and not a changeling?
Go ahead and give me another medicine.
Changelings are humanoids.
Changeling are humanoids, but
Yes,
I would
go ahead.
assume not the same physiology.
And I get to use my passive if it's bad, right?
No.
That's a natural one. It's the changeling stab.
My insight is 19.
Okay.
Hey, Max.
Yeah. Yeah. You look at this girl. Because she's about 17 and you do not see a princess, you see a teenager who looks frail. Maybe she hasn't been fed enough in a while. She's definitely not in like the finery that you would be used to seeing a princess in. But her skin gives way. It slightly lightens a little bit when you press into it, and you can feel a pulse, a healthy one at least.
She's the princess. She's just super dirty.
What exactly are you looking for in your insight check?
I for validity in the princess, but I also I think I'm just sort of, I guess, can I make it almost more internal? Like, if I could have seen where things could have led to this? Insight on the moments before I showed up here.
Sure. I will tell you, Doors, I will say most people in the world are very focused on themselves. And Doors already does a lot of internal investigation, a lot of doubting and critiquing of himself. When you turn to your natural insight, the more obvious thing that you see is all of your friends' faces, and there's a bit of tension in them. There's been tension since you reunited, but there's something harsher or something more restrained. They're holding themselves a bit more back, a bit more timid, a bit more hostile with each other. It seems that in the time since you left them, something has happened to make them perhaps feel a bit more vulnerable in each other's company.
I look over at Herbie. Did you tell them what I asked you?
Tell them what?
I didn't say anything about that, no.
What is it?
You both need to explain as fast as possible.
This is not where I expected this to go. Now, I've had many dreams about finding myself in chains, but that's not where I saw the end of this going, necessarily.
Just speak plainly, Doors. What the heck?
The end of what?
It was supposed to be chaos, a return to a more natural, pure order.
Well, it certainly was chaos up there. I saw people getting killed. There was a
not-
dragon, a huge dragon.
It was not supposed to be at the edge of blades, it was supposed to be from the edge of words. People needed to know how corrupt this entire system is and how it's supposed to be.
But then the Duke caught on quickly than you thought.
I-
And something bad happened.
I don't think the Duke was shutting it down. I think the Duke hijacked what it was supposed to be. I wasn't working alone. I had agents both inside and outside the castle, but most prioritizingly, I had my uncle. And he was who I saw leading those forces. And that was not for a moment what this was meant to be.
Your uncle's the head chef.
Yes.
All right, so, all right, okay, all right.
Salda starts pacing around the room, very like.
Are they still up there? Are the people still in trouble?
All right, okay,
We
Well-
took
Right.
care of that.
Most people fled.
all right. All right. This is why I say not to meddle. I always say don't. When I first came here and you asked for my help, you all asked for help, I said fine, but it won't get out of hand. I won't. And this is what happens when you interfere with things you're not supposed to interfere with. This is what happens.
Sometimes you have to interfere. What was I supposed to do? After what they'd done to all my people.
And is that what the civilians up there who just lost their lives to a dragon would say? Sometimes you just have to interfere.
If I were to leave them alone, those civilians would have been taken by just a much slower death. That would have been a shame just as well as what happened today.
So you view what happened as mercy?
No! What do I have to tell you to make you believe that that was not my intention? Herbie, please, you know what I was asking for. I was asking for your word, not for your blade. Not for bloodshed, but for truth. Something I think you guys would all appreciate.
It is at this moment that the princess interjects, and
Oh yeah.
she is just sitting on the floor with you, and she says, Royal Advisor, I don't mean this to be disrespectful in any way, but my spies, Bright Eye, Drobny, she cites the name of another servant in the castle. We've known about your supposed overturn for some time. It's been recorded, and the Duke has been in meetings for some time with your uncle, and I believe my uncle is a rash, and she looks at Erasmus at this and she says, with a bit of an apology in her eyes, she says, he has never been perhaps the most kind man in the world. I believe, Dawes, in that he didn't mean to cause true harm to people. The Duke, as you know, is someone who worked under him. He can be a man to rush to violence.
You were there then. When I was exiled?
I was young.
So when exactly did the change happen from you to that imposter with changing skins?
Yes.
1 month ago,
Did you?
When she started acting strange?
when she started acting strange and retiring into her own room for days at a time, not letting anyone see you. 1 month ago?
Yes, 1 month ago.
So you've been down here in the basement for a month.
Yes.
How much have you had to eat?
Do you know the first acolyte? Azaria? Fable?
Yeah.
Once a day, sometimes more, she comes down if she can spare the time. The high priest, is always hounding after her and demanding to know where she is.
Herbie's gonna pull out her bag and open it, and there's like a bunch of sweets in there. And
There's
she's
so much bread in there.
Help
We're not doing
yourself,
encumbrance
darling.
rules, thank the Lord. Kirby's speed has been 0 for this entire campaign, just lugging a bag of pastry.
And she digs in.
Special.
She digs in, and as she begins to eat, you see some of her strength begins to return to her. She says, It's my fault, really. I trusted perhaps someone I shouldn't have. I thought that perhaps I knew the quality of the people who surrounded me and that I could trust those who I cared for around me, but it seems that perhaps I was wrong. I had grown in a sort of friendship with Azaria, and we were fast friends. I love her as I would no other, but she began insisting around a year ago that it is important for a queen to marry, and that to hold the crown, I must marry. And she is my closest confidant. And so I found a fiancé.
Ambrose.
Yes, yes, he's kind, and then a month ago, she entered my rooms with a sorrowful expression. I'd never seen the like on her face before. And before I could say anything, she said, "I'm sorry." And then she cast a spell on me, and I couldn't move. I couldn't react fast enough. I wouldn't think that she would ever do anything to harm me. And then from under my own bed emerged that woman, the pale, haunting, ghoulish white skin, and she looked at me for a minute, maybe longer, and then became me. And then all I remember next is waking up here.
All right. So we need to tackle all of this, but I just need to get my head around what's happening. All right. So the Duke is working with your kind of movement, and
No.
It seems clear to me that my uncle abandoned the movement long ago.
all right. Well, the Duke is still a power play at some point.
Yes.
Working with my brother and your brother in attempting to overthrow the government as it was. Somehow, perhaps parallel to that, the first acolyte and Ambrose and this woman, this false princess, plan to install themselves as the seat of power in the monarchy.
Yes.
Is Ambrose particularly religious? Do we know this?
Yeah.
Not that you know of, not that you remember.
He's
your
from a
school
neighboring
years.
country, and he is the heir to that country, which would give them a lot of power in that country.
Yeah.
Quick question.
Yes.
Could I send Sasha, really fast, I want to ask the princess and duel. Is Alejandro a spy for either of you? I need
I
some...
had to ask. I had thought of
I
it
have-
as roasting spies.
He asked multiple times.
Good. Good. I need somebody inconspicuous that is so dumb that nobody will look at him twice. So can I send Sasha to go get Alejandro to come free us?
Brilliant.
Sure.
Because Sasha's incorporeal, so Sasha
Yeah.
can't really, you know.
Chekhov's
Yeah.
Cockney lad is
Yeah.
at his note.
Can Sasha speak or communicate in any way?
Let me.
Hand
This is gonna be the
gestures
worst game of
earlier.
charades I've
Yeah.
ever seen.
Is this
Sasha has a good intelligence, I
mime.
believe.
Okay, Nick.
Alejandro does it?
Nick, what were you gonna ask?
What was I gonna ask? Oh, Erasmus. It's like, Princess, did the divinity know of this, or was it just Azaria, the acolyte?
The high priest is.
Dead.
Blessed be the saint. Dead.
Yeah.
He's passed on.
Oh,
now,
saints! I was about to speak ill of a dead man.
No, go ahead. I've done it
He
before.
was wise beyond his years, which were numerous.
Pretend he's alive.
He is tedious. I have never known him to know anything of political machination or scheming beyond that he could understand himself, which is none.
Right. Well,
Got me.
that perhaps makes me feel a bit better to know that it didn't go all the way to the top. But how could the acolyte do this? That it working against the saints and their will. I mean,
It's not as hard as you think.
what do you mean by that?
I've never been much of a religious man myself. At least not this kind. But what I believe is, what we're seeing here is that we may have trusted a few too many people. I just want to be certain right now that I can trust everyone in this room. And I know that coming from me is a lot.
I'd like to be sure of the same thing. I heard some things out on that battlefield, and I don't know if I know you all as well as I thought I did.
I have questions of my own.
I pull out my crossbow.
Erasmus takes out his great axe.
Stop pulling out weapons!
And I smash it over my knee.
Oh,
We may
well,
need that later.
bit of a premature decision. We still probably are going to have to injure or grievously harm someone.
Of all the people who needs to prove themselves the most, that is my burden. I cannot do anything to harm you. If you would wish to bind me, or perhaps transfer the binds from the princess onto our dear
No, that's
Duke.
too hasty. Just calm. Just.
I think we could do it.
I don't think you need to do that. I think
I
you could
think
have
it
just
would
like
make me
set it
feel
down.
better.
As a matter of note, the Duke is already tied.
Oh,
The
right.
Duke's already tied?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Sasha cannot speak common, understands all the languages I speak, and does have an intelligence of 4.
Now Alejandro's intelligence is 3.
Yes.
Cool. Okay, I want a pure dexterity roll from Sasha, and then a pure intelligence roll from Sasha.
Okay, Dex. 19.
Wow.
Intelligence. This is going to be a
This
minus
minus
3.
3.
Come on.
So that's going to be a negative 2.
I was gonna say Sasha's rolling better than I do, but that's not true.
Yeah, so you mentally command Sasha to go find Alejandro.
Okay.
Sasha finds the entire wedding.
Starts
If
miming in
Sasha
front of
ends
everyone.
up scaring Alejandro to us, is it that big of a deal?
I mean, dexterity's high enough. Sasha could just pick Alejandro up.
Yeah. Sasha's mostly corporeal.
Sasha kills Alejandro.
Is there a lock on the door? How are we sort of shut here?
As you look at the door, you see just a door and hinges. If you squint kind of through like the light that comes in, you can see a part where the light isn't coming in. It looks like a bolt. For the rest of you, you heard a bolt sliding shut.
Can't lockpick a bolt.
I remember opening it from the outside, right?
Yes.
And there was sort of like a bolt
Yes.
mechanism bar.
Well,
Don't go.
I want to go over to the princess and take off my little shawl
and like wrap it around her. It's very soft. If she happened to touch my fur, she might notice that it is similar in softness to rabbit's fur. And it's a little bit stained here and there, and you can see like the inside of like what looks like weathered like skin, like it was skinned. And I'm just gonna like tuck it around her to make sure she's cozy.
You see a look of recognition in her eyes, and for someone who is in a pretty bad situation, you see a look of pity, and she goes, "Oh, I had heard the rumors, but I never assumed. I'm sorry. You're Herbie, correct?"
That'd be me.
And she looks at you, and you remember at this moment that she lost her parents at a young age, that she is an orphan, and she says, "I'm sorry."
I'm just gonna like take her face in my little fluffy paws and just like rest my head against her head and just say, "I'm sorry for you as well."
Can I speak to Jessamine?
Yes.
Privately?
Yes, we're in a 10-foot cube of a room.
Everyone go over to that side of the tube, and we'll kind of sit on this side.
I'll stand over, just hold my arms.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
cover
thank
my
you.
ears.
It's nothing wild. Just Jessamine, if I could please. Earlier, on the battlefield, I've wanted what you have for a long time. And I've thought that what you have is what I want. And I believe I was wrong on both accounts. And I owe you an apology. That's all. But don't lord this over my head like it's something. Don't use this. Brothers are the worst.
What aspect would make you think that I don't love my own life?
Well, you work long enough, you learn to read people.
That's never been my forte.
All I'm saying is, I've placed an unfair perception. I've just been a jerk to you. For reasons that are not your fault. Some of them have been your fault. But not all of them. The ones that are my fault, I apologize for.
And the ones that are my fault, I do apologize if you were hurt by them.
You know what? I do think that's the best I'm going to get, so.
I have a question for you, sir.
All right.
What happened to the young 27-year-old who I should be seeing? You are how old? 5,000?
650.
You could have fooled
5,000's a
me.
lot. Yes, I should probably address that. I turned to everyone else.
Who have definitely not been
Been
used.
listening. Yeah, for sure.
I'll turn around really quickly and then see that you won.
I need to be upfront. I'm sure you all have wondered what happened to me. And if we're going to trust each other, then that feels like the biggest piece I've been withholding. Time is tricky. It is powerful and fleeting and tempting and immutable. And I was foolish enough to believe otherwise. Shortly after getting out of school, medical school took longer for me than I thought it would, and I spent the entire time wishing I was doing what you were doing, but my parents were not obviously so kind, and they wished otherwise, which is hence where I found myself. And a short time after getting out of medical school, I was fed up, and I was so tired.
And I thought that perhaps I could change it in a way that my parents, my stupid brother, could not change back. So I did some research, and I essentially tried to, in layman's terms, punch a bit above my weight class when it comes to magic. And the spell failed. I did not change my time. I did not alter my history. Instead, I jumped myself forward by about 623 years. And thank you, Ruby. I don't know if my lifespan's been extended. I don't know if I am 20 years away from death. Elves live hundreds of years, centuries, and I, possibly in my recklessness and my interference, have doomed myself to while away in a life I don't want. But that's why you don't interfere. And that's why you take what you have and you don't take it for granted.
Sal, that's not because you interfered. That's because you interfered alone.
You got friends. We can help.
I take your hands in mine and I say, we will always be here for you.
Something in Sal just breaks a little bit.
Are you crying?
No, I'm just, when you're old, moisture's hard to come by. I like being a doctor. I wish that it was what I wanted to do and not what I was made to do, right? If I chose to be a doctor, I'd be happier, but no, I was forced, and now I like it, but I wish this is not the point. What the point is thank you, all of you.
You have been using your abilities every single day of your life to help people. What have the rest of us been doing? Hiding in a castle?
Lurking about in the shadows.
Singing some songs.
Running around in the desert.
Yes, I suppose I shouldn't.
You've been the only one of us to make a difference.
You saved lives, Sal.
That's something enviable.
Well, I think you all may have had a hand in saving mine.
Listen, Sal, do you know the basic principle of alchemy?
Make stuff other stuff.
Transmutation. You basically hit it on the head. You can always change. And maybe that change is hard and maybe it's easy, but you say you're trapped in a life you don't want, and maybe you don't like helping people. That's okay. We're not all made for it, so
No,
you just make a new life.
I look at Jessamine.
Somebody who is right now deeply trying to conceal the fact that what you saw on that incredibly high insight check, that she isn't happy with the life she has because she has been able to do nothing with it. Mm-hmm. She has all this power, all of this acclaim, and she can do nothing.
I see that, and something clicks. I don't want a new life. I wanted a new family. And I think I've got that.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Now I realize why this is all so familiar.
Are you crying now?
A little bit.
That's my turn. Anyone else want?
This is just like school. Stuck in a room, exit barred, and bearing our souls to one another.
Jerk on the ground. It's just not Ambrose this time. It's God. Oh.
You see the princess, who's been kind of sitting there at this point. She goes, I think it is wonderful to grow into oneself and to find camaraderie within one's group of friends. I do believe I hear a wedding march happening above us.
Yes,
and
yes, we need to move.
I do just have to say, with the wedding and coronation, as soon as that happens, the not princess, the changeling, will have access to the warden's diadem. She's being crowned with the warden's diadem. And she did say something about tearing down the ward and destroying the kingdom, if anyone else was listening to that. And
Well, I sent Sasha to go get Alejandro. I don't know where they are.
Good thing I didn't drop all my weapons.
so, potentially, does anyone know how to get out of
Well,
here?
Sasha, theoretically, might be getting Alejandro right now.
Just so you know, Sasha's famously unreliable.
Sasha is very reliable. Just because Sasha happens to be distractible very easily doesn't mean that she is unreliable. It just
Alejandro's
means that
very
she's heavy.
undistracting, so that's good.
Can I look under the door?
Sure.
Can I see out of the door?
Give me a perception check.
Can I also make
Yes.
something?
You all may well.
Yeah. So we could see kind of, because of the light, where the thing is. I just kind of want to just stab my dagger into that wood and try to lift up.
Sure.
You have a dagger?
I-
Why did you break your crossbow?
Look, I'm sorry. I have to keep something on me. I keep that mother freaking thing on me.
Mother freaking.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a roll to hit.
Yeah.
17.
17. You see, it looks like maybe a foot away, 2 feet.
But I can see outside?
You can see outside, and there are 2, at least, sets of feet standing outside the door.
Oh!
Doors, what'd you get?
I was gonna ask if I do my sleight of hand, but it's the same as my roll to hit, anyways.
Ability check or an attack roll right now?
Attack roll.
Oh! I can miss.
That's a 2.
Woo!
Plus 5, 7.
Incredible.
7 is better than 2 by 5.
This dagger's thicker than I thought.
Doors, you actually do hit the bolt. The only problem is it's made of stone. And your dagger shatters.
Oh, goodness.
Good thing I have a
You can take
second
mine.
one. I have 2
You have
daggers.
2 daggers.
I have
So many
Misty
daggers.
Step. Can I outside?
There are people outside the door.
Do I recognize the feet? Don't know.
We talk them.
One,
Does one look like a shadow?
Does one look incredibly
what did you get with
Cockney.
what did you get with
has soup spilled on him?
17? With 17, you can easily recognize one of them because you saw him at school. And they're very obvious feet. They are turtle feet.
God damn it.
What do you see out there?
Well, a goatee's out there, and I don't know if that's good or bad, but I have not great expectations.
Doors, is that good or bad?
What do I know of Agote's, like, fighting prowess?
Could I take him in a one-on-one?
He's older than me.
He
He's
is-
my uncle.
Old and slow. And he, like you, kind of prefers to stay in the shadows and let other people do the fighting for him. The princess does that. Agote was the person who threw your unconscious body in here. Threw is a bit vulgar. He placed your body.
I think I still want a Misty Step. I'm
Okay.
very speedy.
Okay. How far out do you want to go? The feet are perhaps a foot, 2 feet away from the door. You can see maybe 10 feet out.
Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. I would like to consult with the group.
I suppose if there's some space for you to see, there may be some space for something to slide through and hurt him.
But also, Misty Step is a verbal component spell, correct?
You would hear it being cast.
So if we all create a ruckus and you go under the door,
I have an idea.
oh no.
For a ruckus. I can help with a ruckus. Go ahead.
Perhaps you could try and mist yourself as far away as possible out of their sight and then make a noise to distract them away from the door so you could come up and unlock it.
Yes, I can make a noise. I can make a lot of noise.
All right.
All right.
I don't trust you as an old man saying that.
You seem really excited to do this.
Dowager Countess, that's the whole crux.
We could also make some ruckus to hide the spell being cast. If he sees you, in case you're not far enough, just get him hurt and distracted and hurt. Like,
Yeah.
additionally.
Enough for us to.
Yes.
Really fast. Do you know if the shoes are facing towards the door? Or?
Do I know if the shoes are facing toward or
The
away?
shoes are facing away from the door.
And you said there's about 2 feet of space between him.
Sure.
1 feet between.
Well,
Can I stealth Misty Step and unlock the door?
Misty Stone. It's called.
Yes, as it's known in the business.
Yes.
And
I will ask you to make. You can definitely Misty Step there. I will ask you to make a stealth check with disadvantage to avoid being noticed. It can cancel out the
Right.
disadvantage if all of you are making a ruckus.
Can I also give the help action? Because
You wouldn't get double advantage. That advantage
From-
Yeah.
wouldn't stack.
So
Yeah.
just
You can only make a ruckus.
okay.
Before Herbie does this, can I message Herbie?
Earlier you said something about you causing the landslide that trapped us in the room.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm messaging.
Oh.
That's all.
You don't know this.
You're on the channel.
Oh my god.
Earlier you mentioned that in passing. I don't know what reason you had to do that. I don't need a reason. You have been my friend since day one. I forgive you. All right, let's do it.
I start hobbling toward the door, and then I say,
Erasmus, kind of kick my neck, kick my leg, kick it.
Oh, no, he's having
My
a heart
body,
attack.
I'm having an episode. Someone please, Guilty, open the door.
am I doing this with a
He's gonna die.
My heart, it's
He's so fragile.
No, we need a doctor.
after all these years.
He was the doctor.
we need another doctor. Quick, get the bow tie off.
There has
Get
to
it
be a
off.
doctor.
All right. So, as
ruckus.
this ruckus is happening,
8.
Herbie,
Yes.
you begin to mutter the verbal components of this spell. Your form turns to mist, and you appear, your small Harengon form, right behind a goat. There's perhaps just a few inches between the tip of your nose and the back of his shell. And there's a moment where you breathe, and you see some of the fabric of his clothes move, and you think he's about to see you. But nothing happens. He doesn't turn around.
I have a +9 to stealth.
Yeah, I know. I'm,
And-
Roll an 8. I was like, oh,
I did roll an 8, but I have a +9 to stealth.
And as you are about to celebrate your win, you remember the second pair of feet. They are a bit further back, facing the door, and you see the face of First Acolyte, Azaria Fable, looking directly at you. And that is where we are going to take our break.
Oh my god.
Sasha better come in.
Sorry.
Welcome back from the break. So, as a series of ruckus noises are erupting from the basement, Herbie, you appear stealthily behind a goat, but ahead of you, you can see the piercing gaze of First Acolyte, Aria Fable, fixed on you. She doesn't say anything. She doesn't make a movement to notify a goat.
A goat? I thought he was a turtle.
But
And can't
Can
over.
I-
Hey guys.
can I like just reach behind me and slide the bolt open?
Go ahead and give me sleight of hand.
You got this. You got
Oh
this.
God.
Got this. You have good sleight of hand.
Our ruckus is so loud.
Acceptable.
Mediocre at best.
Okay. 20. Dirty 20. Oh, sorry. No.
30, 25?
22.
Oh.
22.
Or 20. I can do math. 21.
It's a 20. It's somewhere in the
roller
20s.
It's in the 20.
Number. It's a
All
good
right.
number.
One.
So, you reach behind you and you move the bolt up. The First Acolyte continues to watch you.
Can I do vicious mockery on the First Acolyte? Because we're just making eye contact and it's stressing me out.
You can.
Okay.
How do you viciously mock the First Acolyte?
I
What possible burn can you have prepared?
Hold up the middle finger.
I have a list.
Oh!
Honey, it's not your fault. You just didn't know any better.
What? Wait. what does it mean?
I'll pray for you.
Oh, I see.
What didn't she know? What did she do?
Legitimately, Percy, I thought you were gonna go, honey, you got a big storm coming.
She sure does.
You can chop 5 or 6 stories
God's love him.
for just one. What'd you get?
You see a goat jumps. Fully which is very high for a turtle, but Azaria Fable doesn't seem to affect her. And as you do this,
Oh my
she begins to extend a hand forward,
No.
and I need a wisdom save from you.
No.
I love how Percy's move was, and I'm just gonna recap the actual economy that happened. You misty step, stealth check. Goat does not see you. You turn, start to unlock it, and say, no. Verbal
I unlocked it and then.
From a ghost's perspective, he's just standing in front of a door, and then he hears, honey, it's not your fault. You didn't know any better. I'll pray for you.
Southern lady.
I think this man needs to make a constitution saving throw for the heart attack he's about to endure.
The one he's already having
Can I give Harvey advantage?
No.
from 30 feet away.
Can't see him.
13.
I can, as long as they can hear me.
Yeah.
Herbie,
just
you
feel like
feel
Herbie.
your limbs lock
Oh,
into
Lord.
and you see Agote turns around. Whoa, and then he sees no one at his eye level, looks down, he goes, Herbie.
Hi, it's been a minute. How you doing?
Can we open the door?
Yeah, I haven't locked
You
it.
can open the door, but Herbie's stealth check was so high that you do not, amidst
No.
your ruckus, you do not know that the door is unlocked.
Hilarious.
So stealth.
Should we keep going?
Is Herbie done?
Agote looks at you and he says, I'm gonna give you this warning one more time because I got an appreciation for us lowborn folks who ain't royalty. You need to get out of this castle, out of this kingdom.
You know, Agota, I'd really love to do that. Right now, my appendages are a little locked up, but
I sure would love to leave right about now. And I.
So good.
Incredible. All right, you all hear that.
Open the door!
Rush the door.
All right, the door swings open and
I push Erasmus in front.
And Herbie, you feel this odd sensation of being pushed by the door as this spell is maintained on you, and you all see Agote, who gets smacked in the face with the door, step back, and you see Azaria Fable just holding out her hand with this strange expression on her face.
Azari's being really weird. I tried to magic.
Grab
her.
Herbie and run!
First thing I do if I see Agote, I'm punching him in the face.
Incredible.
Nice. We're all dealing with our family issues. This can be
Can I get within 5 feet of, not a goat, the other one?
Azaria Fable?
Yeah, Azaria Fable.
Yes, you can.
And can she make a wisdom save for me?
Yes, she can.
If we're acting out of initiative, I'm gonna give the help action to Nu.
Okay.
Thank you,
Roll again,
please.
advantage.
Yep.
Has anyone grabbed me, or am I just?
I'll pick you up. Can I?
Yes.
I'm very small.
Okay.
You are very.
So, what happens is Doors swings right at Agote just as he's stepping back away from the door. Erasmus picks up Herbie. Herbie, as soon as you are picked up, you feel the spell dissolve from you. Jessamine, you get within 5 feet of Azaria Fable. What do you do? Oh,
I
sorry.
smile. Does she?
I don't suppose a 13 makes it.
No, it does not. With my hypnotic gaze, she sees my smile, and it is more than she can bear. And she is now charmed. Her speed is 0. She is incapacitated and visibly dazed.
Love it.
Yeah. The spell dissolves, her arm falls limp to her side, and she looks at you. She looks visibly dazed and shaken, but as you all file out of this room, her gaze moves from you to the princess, dressed in rags, and she, takes a stumbling step forward as if before she can, regain a bit of composure in the princess's direction. Yes?
Erasmus picks up Herbie and starts to go, and then it's like, oh shoot, and then turns back and goes to get the Duke also in the other arm, and then turns to the princess and is like, are you coming with us?
Big boy.
She's looking at Agote, who
I missed 2 swings at the I got a 6, and then, with your help, a 7.
That's what Sal's here for, man.
Agote looks at you. He goes, I tried to get you out of this so that you wouldn't be involved. You were never supposed to be in the line of fire. One more chance for all of you.
I grab the princess's hand and keep running up the stairs.
Okay. Agote just turns and he runs through what looks to be a secret door in the wall, and it swings shut behind him, and he is just gone. As you begin to pull at the princess's hand, she goes, wait, stop just a moment, please. And she turns to approach the first acolyte, and she looks at you, Jessa, and she says, Jessa,
Yes.
could you drop the spell, please?
It's not a spell. It's just I'm so.
Drop it.
Be careful, princess. You don't know that you can trust her.
She won't hurt me.
I mean, she already has. So.
Do what you wish.
And she looks at this water genasi whose rippling skin melts away into this bleach white, devoid of color. And Azaria, as you know her at least, says, I'm very sorry. My mother, Vina, we're from Vina, and we thought this was the only way, and I didn't want to hurt you, and I wasn't sure what exactly the plan was, and I do not think my mother is in the right anymore, and I will not stop you. And you see the princess smiles a little sadly, and puts a hand on her cheek, says, I know. Be safe, please. I want to see you again after this. And the changeling girl looks to be about 17, 18, same age as the princess. Just nods and says, please, be safe. And the princess nods. And then you all see her steal her expressions. She says, let's go.
Yeah, if we don't hurry now, we're gonna miss the bouquet toss, and Sal needs a win. There's a running.
And you all begin to run.
I'm just gonna hold on to Erasmus. Herbie's gonna like wrap her arms around his neck and be like, let's go!
I would like to instruct Sasha to stop looking for Alejandro.
We cut away to the C plot of this episode.
Yeah.
Good job, Herbie. You got us out.
Yes, well done.
Gotta try to do something, right?
Well, we did it. Now we need to stop this wedding before anything else crazy happens.
You all burst out of the basement into the courtyard grounds. You see the burned, charred remnants of the fight from before. There's burnt grasses and footprints everywhere, torn up grass. And you see the door close by, the entrance to the Great Hall, where you can hear wedding music being played inside. What do you do?
Before we fully pass all of the charred remnants, I just want to turn to Doors and go, that's what you missed, by the way.
Oh my god.
It was a lot.
The flames and the dragon.
I got charred up real bad, but Sal
Sasha-
healed me.
Sasha has the stone that controls the dragon, so I'm hoping that Sasha will come to me, and then we'll have a dragon on our side.
Wait, the
dragons.
relic that controls a dragon is in the hands of Sasha,
Yes.
who is currently with Alejandro.
Well, we don't know that.
All right, we're gonna need this. I'm gonna cast Bless on Doors, Erasmus, and
Herbie,
I'm not gonna cast it on you. That's obvious.
I don't need it.
I know you're forcing saves. I'm gonna hit the princess with a Bless actually, because I feel like that's gonna be good. So everyone adds a D4.
I thought we were best friends, but
Everyone adds a D4 to the rolls. And we gotta head in and stop this wedding.
All right, yeah, let's crash the wedding.
All right.
I object.
Can we all say I object?
I'll
We interrupt each other.
Objection.
The doors swing open. You see the shocked faces of partygoers. You see the shocked face of the princess and the ambassador, Ambrose Maiskier. And you see some young cleric, some young disciple who looks to have taken the place of the high priest in this ceremony. And you see in her hands the warden's diadem.
Don't you dare. You don't have the authority, and also that is not the princess.
Everyone, that is not the princess. It's a completely random person.
Holding up the princess's
We
arm.
hold the princess up, yeah.
Yeah.
Princess.
I don't have the upper body strength.
Oh yeah, I tweak my back.
All right.
pointing.
I would like. Who's the main person who's holding up the
I was
princess?
holding her hand.
I think
before,
Doors.
so yeah.
Okay. I would like a persuasion check from you with advantage.
Guidance. as
Could this
well.
just be a fun,
So you
Bless.
add this,
a
so
fun form of
You
deception?
did bless.
I did Bless. Guidance is different.
Yes.
A real deception? No. Okay, that's guidance. What guidance do?
D20 plus a
So
D4.
guidance adds a D4, and you're already blessed. Oh wait, is guidance concentration? So never mind. You just add one D4 for Bless. If I had hit guidance on you, Bless would drop.
I
so.
think bless is only for an attack roll or a saving throw.
Yeah.
Oh, it
So you don't
is
get a D4.
shameful.
Yeah.
This is with advantage, though?
Yes.
Yes.
Wow, they're both 12s.
That one was cocked.
Yeah, but I'm being honest. It was more 12 than anything else. Plus persuasion, that's 17.
Plus a D4.
No D4.
For attacks and savings.
I want to do it.
So, you see, at the same moment as you all announce the princess, the fake princess turns. She goes, "Gods! We're being attacked!" And you see a set of guards on both sides of the hall turn and begin to move their weapons on you, and then pause when they hear what you say. And they see a young girl in rags, dirtied, and they see the princess standing before them in wedding gowns, beautifully dressed. And they are beginning to march on you. There's about 7 of them.
Can you clean the princess up so it's more obvious she's the princess?
I don't have prestidigitation. Why would I need that?
I do.
Yes!
I do.
Okay.
I always look fantastic.
I would like the princess to look the most princessy she has ever looked in her whole entire life. Just hear me out. This woman is dressed to the nines. She is in like a belle-style, gorgeous poofy gown. She's got a tiara on top. Her makeup is beautiful. The light is like shining.
Oh, yeah,
just
golden
on
hour.
her. Yeah, it's like
I used
God
minor
rays.
illusion to make her shimmer.
Yes. It's you could practically hear like angels singing from above.
That's the minor illusion.
Yeah. Audible. illusion.
So I will say, because prestidigitation, the most it can do is clean about a cubic foot.
She's gotta be.
So
She's
you
gotta be
clean,
short, right?
you clean just the face and just a minor illusions, a full outfit and
Perfect.
wardrobe change, and you see these guards stop. And
That one's a shape changer. That one right there.
Anyone have moonbeam, maybe?
For a month, you've been living under a
and
deception.
you see Viscountess Gladys stands up. She says, "Is that the Duke?" And looks at Erasmus. What have they done to the Duke?
The Duke sicked the dragon on. Did everyone forget the last 20 minutes of this party?
No, but he was captured.
Yes, we
unharmed.
have the Duke. We can just leave them in the dungeon.
He looks dead.
He's fine.
The Duke suffered.
This man's a
some
doctor.
I'm a
injuries
doctor.
in the attacks. We are going to make sure that the Duke recovers.
Right.
Well,
Look,
we've
fair
been
enough.
looking after
Smelling
him.
salts.
Smelling salts. Erasmus fetches some. Oh, give the smelling salts to the
use
Duke.
On
I
the
need to
Duke.
test. I'm not gonna forget. I've got a lot of bottles on me. Okay, there's a lot of bottles.
Just as the fake princess goes, "Silence!" You see the Duke.
He's fine.
Boy, put me down.
Erasmus puts him down.
And you see the crowd sort of quiets a little bit. People begin to sit back down. People look to the Duke. People look to the two princesses. What is happening here?
There was an attack that I'm sure you know of. Part of an effort to overthrow this kingdom. Part of an effort.
Yes, I was there for that.
And in conjunction with that, several people have infiltrated this kingdom to disrupt the crowning and marriage of the princess. This here, and Erasmus points to the true princess, is a true princess who was kept for a month in the dungeons below. And this imposter, as I'm sure you've all noticed, has been acting rather strange late to dinners, saying strange things, staying in her room late at night. You know why that is? Because she's not our princess. She's a changeling.
You hear shocked gasps from the audience and people nodding along. She has been acting strange. And you see the Duke clears his throat. He says, "Well, seeing as there is a matter of two princesses, I amend that the wedding and coronation shall not go forward until this matter is cleared. During which time I, as regent, shall assume..."
Of course you'd say something.
Not for real. Nope.
We have no word but your own.
I will get Sasha to bring your dragon here, and I will use it to keep you from being on the throne, you person who... You sycophant.
Yeah, wait, hold on. You just 20 minutes ago sicked a dragon on the entire
Look,
party.
I am tied up, barely standing.
Gods!
You see the guards look incredibly confused, and some start taking emotion, and then the fake princess goes, "No, don't." And then they stop.
Fake princess, don't you not like this man as well?
I will not respond to that name.
No, you just did.
But I do see the virtue of perhaps coming to a true conclusion about who the real princess is.
Fake princess is what?
For there is no voice of our saints that can come down and declare what is true and what isn't, what is real or false. So, perhaps we shall find some magic worker, or perhaps the first acolyte, wherever she's gone, to interpret the divine being of who shall be the true princess.
Well, that would be mighty convenient considering she's one of your helpers.
You see, there's a flicker of uncertainty on her face.
And I would like to cast Zone of Truth on her.
Yo!
And I would, no matter what it is, I would like to silvery barbs as a reaction.
Okay.
Laurel. Dude. Someone still got spells.
Unless it automatically fails, in which case I'm not gonna do that.
You already said, okay. First one.
Don't look good.
Are you going to silvery barbs it?
Yeah, I have enough spell slots left.
Yeah, just
Okay.
And by enough
Who are you
audience,
giving
I need
advantage
one.
to?
I'm gonna give advantage to Erasmus because I feel like Erasmus
needs it.
needs it.
Thank you.
Erasmus needs a win.
Kirby, that is a 9.
Nice.
You see, you catch her at this moment of weakness, the changeling imposter, and the spell is cast. She doesn't seem to react. Her poise doesn't change, but she's glaring daggers at you.
What's your name?
I have gone by many names and been addressed as many things.
Interesting. What did it say on your birth certificate?
My parents are dead, and they lost the memory of my
What does your
name
daughter
day.
call you?
My daughter? The princess has no daughter.
That's true. You do.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna move myself into the circle. Zone of truth, automatically fail it. I would have anyways, I have such bad wisdom.
Sure.
And I'm going to say, so you lovely people know I am not lying. We are aware that this person not only has a daughter, but is a changeling and is from Vinar, a place that is actively unstable.
Were anyone to be from such a kingdom, one could only accord the instability due to the great bounty that Speria has held and kept out of reach of any other lands. The instability of any other kingdoms is due to Speria's choices.
Doesn't sound like something a Prosperian princess would say.
This is taking too long. Are you the princess of Speria?
You see, she grits her teeth and she doesn't say anymore.
Miss, could you please step into the zone of truth? I turn to the actual princess.
She goes, oh, yes, of course. She walks in, she goes,
Are you the princess of Speria?
Yes, I'm the princess. I am the my name is Aria Celeste III. I'm the princess of Speria.
Could you say that? Real princess?
Interesting.
I think we've seen enough party dismissed, drinks at reception, and South is gonna start walking away.
People all begin to mutter. They go, oh.
Yeah, I motion for the guards.
The guards begin to move, and as you see them begin to start forward and begin to move towards the changeling, the fake princess, you see the skin melts away, and you see that bony white color again. She goes, fools, I already have it. And she reaches out and grabs.
Quick question. I'm within 5 feet of her, right?
Yes.
I would like her to make a wisdom saving throw.
Interrupting her cool villain thing.
Oh no!
Is this a reaction?
This is just an action. But no matter what, I would have done this anyways.
Tell me what you're trying to do.
Hypnotic gaze. I have unlimited of them.
Yeah.
It's also not a spell, so you can't counterspell it.
Yeah, you can't counterspell it.
Girdle, man.
Sure.
Everyone says enchantment wizards are bad.
What'd you get?
That is an 8.
Yeah, that doesn't pass. So her speed is 0. She is
Actions.
charmed by me, and she is visibly incapacitated, visibly dazed.
Yeah, you see her go, well, I already have.
And I'm just gonna walk up and, is that the warden's diadem? I'm just gonna snatch that. And I'm just gonna take it from...
As you touch it,
Uh-oh.
you feel almost like that moment when you stand up too fast and like your vision almost goes dark for a second. This feels powerful. It didn't feel that way when you picked it up during the battle, but it may be that a ritual has already started to happen or some ceremony has already started to happen, but it feels like it thrums with energy. And at this moment, you are a 5th level cleric. At this moment, you feel like you could cast a 9th level spell.
Are you okay?
A 9th level spell. Would casting that 9th level spell... Can I make an Arcana check to see what the ramifications of casting?
Yes, you may.
I would also like
You're gonna
make
age yourself another
yeah.
200 years.
I'm gonna age to 1230.
a perception check on the crowd to see if, perchance, Azaria has re-entered as another person.
Go ahead.
I see any doubles,
Yeah,
essentially.
go ahead and make that
Could
check.
someone aid me or perhaps inspire me in some way?
I would like to inspire
Yeah,
a certain
yeah.
someone.
Thank you.
I'm just gonna hum Annabelle.
Got it. That's an extra. I'll roll the d20 first.
Can you also give a help action on someone who's being bardically inspired?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not exclusive.
Right. I think, is it clear on Sal's face what Sal is thinking?
Oh, there's more expression on Sal's face than you.
I think Erasmus will
13 plus.
I'm not sure exactly how the help would look. I think Erasmus approaches and I guess is also going to kind of be observing the
Just
stone
you
and
there helps
inputting.
Sal. Yeah. Just you there, your presence. Sal sees you and nods.
The men are holding hands.
Okay.
14, by the way.
Okay, that's not bad. That's an 11.
It's savable.
Yep, with Bardic.
Yep.
Okay, that's a dirty 20. Woo! Exactly. 11 plus 7 is 18 plus 2 on the Bardic.
Do you even have cards for 9th level spells?
I gotta get more spell cards.
You think that you could probably cast a 9th level spell? You think it might entirely destroy your body, but you could probably do it if you could get it off in time. You do notice that Azaria Fable has crept into the way back of the audience.
Do I know if this thing will calm down if the marriage is completed? Is that part of this?
The diadem? You think that once the coronation,
Yeah.
which the wedding is part of,
Yeah.
is completed, will probably calm down a little bit, yeah. I will say, the guards begin to move forward again towards the changeling woman. They kind of look towards you guys and the real princess. It's like,
Yes, I just have to be smiling this entire time and within 5 feet of her. So if you could just tie her up nice and good.
And you'll walk with her as...
And I'll walk with her, and then we can throw her in the dungeons.
yeah, so the guards tie her up, they restrain her wrists, they bind her legs, and they just kind of sort of have arms on her, just near just facing
Yes.
Jessamine.
Erasmus, our dear friar, not to take ownership of the church's duties, but would you like to do the honors of coronating the princess? It seems like you have as much right to do it as literally anyone. I have never seen this person before. Who are you?
It's Alejandro in a wig.
You see this person stammers out, Glockenschlag?
I'm sorry.
No. No.
Glockenschlag?
Glockenschlag, sir.
Glockenschlag. Somehow that's
Right.
worse.
I will take the duty of coronation if it is something that the princess...
We should not coronate yet. If we use the diadem to coronate a princess, then
It's too powerful.
it might shatter the ward.
I message Erasmus about what I had seen before, pointing out
Of Azaria.
Azaria.
I message back, what do you think her intentions are?
As you guys begin to subdue the changeling woman and potentially proceed with the coronation, you see the crowd who is starting to leave and then kind of comes back, kind of muttering about themselves. You see the Viscountess stands up again. She says, "Pardon my asking, but Does this mean we are going to war now with Vinar? Just to be clear, this is a terrible affront they've done, and should we have some kind of retaliation?
The actions of one person does not reflect on an entire country.
The decisions of war will likely be up to the new princess.
You see a couple more people begin to rise as well, and they go, yes, if our princess was kept in a dungeon for a month by these hostile natives, why shouldn't we go to war against them?
Well, you all are pompous, party-going rich elites, and these are real people. So perhaps keep the war and political talk to the experts.
Of the person who just spoke, of the Viscountess, I would like to start naming all of the people she's been contacting in the underworld, and just staring her straight.
She immediately just sits down, but you see several other people join her place. There are now multiple members of the gentry of nobility all standing up asking questions. Should the other kingdoms learn of this terrible action that's been taken by Vinar, they will see us as weak.
Herbie's going to run up to where the wedding procession had been and try to get on the tallest piece of furniture there. If the crown was on something, she's getting on that, and face everyone and say, there are plenty of people within our own kingdom that were conspiring against our princess. For example, the Duke. And as my friend eloquently put, the actions of one individual do not speak for an entire nation. If you made a mistake, would you want your entire family to be persecuted? I think not. We can't turn on one another. Bloodshed solves nothing. We need more, now more than ever, to be strong and to allow our princess to do what is best for her kingdom. So as much as I understand your fear, your concern, this is not your decision to make.
Go ahead and roll persuasion for me.
Can I put a good old-fashioned advantage on that?
Yes, you may.
Maybe.
Getting to use that rogue ability.
26.
Incredible. You say that, and people cock their heads. Their eyes sort of narrow a little bit, and it kind of seems to take with them. Some people sit down, people think about it, nod. And as you say, the princess should do what she wants. The princess sort of takes the center stage, to speak, of the Great Hall, and she says, yes, I have also decided that I no longer wish to marry the ambassador. So perhaps we can, put off the coronation nuptial until maybe next year?
All official events sponsored by the crown or anyone else should be postponed until this is all figured out. How does that sound?
Wait, without any coronation, you realize that the divinity has no presence.
Oh, I think it does.
Right, but not sort of textually. The coronation, who will be the leader?
The Duke, sort of stillbound, takes a step forward.
No. If I had spell slots, I'd cast silence right now.
Duke, do you seriously think you have any say over what happens here when you clearly attempted to destroy
Take
all that
me
we've
to
built?
trial and prove then that I'm guilty for
Gladly.
some coup.
And Sasha comes into the room.
Until that point, I am still Duke and appointed regent of the realm.
Duke, I cannot wait for that trial because I will be the first to witness against you.
Wait, hold on. Are there any, bureaucratic bylaws that would force a duke or a regent to cede their authority if they overstepped in some way?
I checked my mind. Can I do a history check?
Can I check my knowledge, just generally,
let's
of
go.
history?
Sure, yeah.
History, right?
Can I pull out an apple from my bag, hop over to where the Duke is, and just stuff it into his mouth?
Yes, you may.
got-
Thank
No roll required.
I
I got
appreciate that.
18.
24.
Yeah.
We both know the book.
The good book.
You know that
Book of Laws.
traditionally, regents are done away with once the ruler in minority becomes the age, which is usually around 17 or 18. Traditionally, that's how it's done. There's no law concerning that. The only law seems to state that when a heir, king, queen, prince, princess, just says it before a court, that their word is law.
She already did.
Yeah. And you know that within Speria, at least, the right to become queen or king is cemented with a marriage. And you see, as the Duke stands up, apple fully stuffed in his mouth.
Quick question. The Duke is unmarried at this point.
Oh. The Duke is married.
Oh.
He remarried?
Yeah.
He would.
Yeah.
Where's his wife? Let's kill her. No.
His wife is kind of like in the back of the hall, sort of.
And my name's
Obviously
Courtney.
half
We
his
didn't get
age.
to me, but I had a really deep character arc and backstory we didn't get to get into.
Checking. There are like so many people.
And as the Duke sort of stands, takes a bit of a stumble forward, is still bound, apple in his mouth, people begin to murmur amongst themselves. Say, with no leader, whatever shall we do? What will happen with the political
I look
landscape?
to Erasmus.
Yeah, Erasmus, right?
And I look to in the direction of Azaria.
Are you? What are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting, and I'm doing this in message, I'm suggesting that perhaps we could change around who is getting paired with who. You saw how they looked at each other.
Oh.
Love.
I see. You're suggesting we do suggest a marriage.
And you're a person of the faith, you could officiate.
I could.
Can I telepathically communicate with her? And first the princess.
Yes.
And I go, do you love her?
You see, before she has any chance to shut down it, color flushes in her dark cheeks.
She's also still in the zone of truth.
Yes.
Telepathic.
Telepathically, she says, yes, but the precedents, nobility, and perhaps I don't even know her status. I don't even know her name.
Nope, we're good. And then I'd like to look at her and go, do you love the princess truly?
And I'm gonna move her into the zone of truth. Don't worry about it, I'm an old man.
A frail old man
I'm an old
picking
man.
up.
Don't worry about it.
But, do you think that she would carry any affection for me?
Don't
still?
care about that. We're moving on past that. Do you like her? Do you feel warmth when you look at her? Do you feel all of the wonderful emotions that come with love of a romantic nature?
When I look at her, I feel very confused.
And that's what romance is. Ladies and gentlemen, and those who do not identify as either, we do have a political marriage that will be happening today.
Which would avert any war caused by the nature of the events that happened.
Wait, so we just replace the political marriage with one we liked more?
And if we need to, we can annul it later. We can annul it later if we need to, but they love each other. It's fine for now.
We have a lady of the church. I gesture towards Miss Fable.
You see, Azaria Fable steps forward, and as she sort of really enters this zone of truth, and you feel her make the choice to fail it, you see her skin melts away to that white color. She says, "My name is Titonia. I am the Princess of Vainar."
Oh my gosh, I mean, you
Princess-
can't write it better.
Princess Aria Celeste III, will you marry me?
I would like to take off my wedding ring and I would like to give it to her to give to my princess.
Doors helps pass it along.
There's like a fun chain.
Yeah. Passes through 20 people.
Yeah.
You see the princess takes it. She looks at it.
This was the ring of my truest love. The person who inspired me to be a better person every single day. The person that I miss with all of my heart. And I love you with all of my might as well. And it would bring me no greater pleasure than to see you wear it.
Thank you, Jessa. I do. And she puts it on, and faster than eyes can see, and faster than eyes can see, you see the changeling princess leaps into Arya's arms and kisses her, and people kind of slowly, but gradually, begin to clap and cheer.
Sal's the first.
And the two stop kissing and just embrace, and they shake against each other, rocking back and forth, and they hold each other.
And by the power vested in me by the saints, it's official. Yeah.
Well, then you need a crown. If I do this, if I get rid of the magic in this by doing what I'm going to try and do, would it shatter the ward that's protecting Speria?
Yes.
You're not
Some
sure.
people would like it.
You're
I
not.
might. I don't know.
Just crown the princess.
You were
Don't
worried.
hesitate.
But if I crown the princess and the ward shatters, right? Because it's a coronation. That's what ends the ritual.
You're not sure.
If I cast the spell on myself, then that would protect the ward of Speria, protect everyone, but I could die.
I mean,
Cast not a 9th level spell.
I messaged to you. It might not be so harsh on a younger body.
I message you. Well, wait. Okay,
Hold on,
I
I'm
guess,
getting another call. Sorry, Erasmus.
I guess I can't hear that, but
no,
Erasmus is like, it might not be so harsh on multiple bodies.
Oh.
So we cast a spell among, we share like Guardians of the Galaxy style.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so I would like to use, I'm gonna ground myself, holding everyone,
We all go on hands.
and I'm going to cast Dispel Magic on myself using the Warden's Diadem.
Go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
Can I give you advantage?
Yeah, we're
Yes.
Are you sure I can't do it?
I have a +7 to Arcana.
With advantage, too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sasha, or
famous last words.
Sasha finally comes in.
Jessa, as this moment is happening, as you're all holding hands together, as you begin to feel this magic, as you link touch by touch, this magic flowing through all of you, and a golden swirl of magic seems to encircle the room and the five of you. You see the doors to the Great Hall burst open, and you see a terrified young Cockney lad running in. He's covered in muck, he's covered in mud, he's disgusting, and you see the shadow spawn chasing after him like a blur.
Perfect. Sasha, come here.
It's just a...
Glad you made it.
Sasha takes your hand.
Yes, perfect. An incorporeal shadow.
All right.
I would also like to take the hand of the princess, like link all of us together.
All of us together. Okay.
What'd you get?
I was gonna ask for inspiration, but I think actually this is something Sal has to do without it. And make it more dramatic that way. Got a +6. I roll bad.
I roll.
Dice tell a
20.
story. Dice
Nat
tell a
20.
story.
Nat 20.
That's a 16 and a 17 for a 23.
So, the ward has existed in Speria for centuries. It has been the thing that's protected the kingdom. It's the reason why it's so prosperous, why its people have been able to be healthy, and safe, protected and happy. Now, centuries later, since its forging, one Salisman, doctor of medicine, holds it, wields it, dispels magic. You feel a ripple pass throughout the entire land, the entire continent. And for the first time in a very long time, Sal, your back doesn't hurt. You feel like you can stand up a little straighter. And this spinning of golden magic that encircles all of you slowly fades and dims. And you see the shocked faces of everyone around you. And the four of you see a face that you haven't seen in a decade.
A makeup wipe. Oh my gosh. Can I describe what Sal looks like?
Yes, please do.
The real Sal. Sal looks filled with life. Sal is tall. Sal was so short at 650, but now Sal is tall and svelte and very like radiant, like long blonde hair, replacing he's kind of done it up now. He had it where it was before he cast the spell, which was kind of in a quite tight. And just the age flows away and the wrinkles go away, and Sal just opens and starts to cry.
It's good to see you, old
Are
friend.
you crying?
You look great. You see the princess steps forward, takes the crown out of your hands, says, "Thank you."
And thank you. It's so nice to be back. I feel so alive. Oh my goodness, I feel young again. What am I doing?
You're younger than us.
I can run. I am younger than you. I'm gonna run right now.
I run up towards Sal and I give him a big hug. Yeah,
I
bear
scoop
hug.
all of you.
Look at you. You've got your hair back.
Right? I forgot how nice having hair was. Oh my goodness. Let's celebrate. There's a wedding.
You see, you turn to say this to the princess, and you see she is wrapped up in the arms of Tithonia, and everyone around is clapping, cheering, standing up. You see servants at your orders begin to rush in, carrying like wine bottles that they begin to pop off. You see a big cake that people begin to cut into. And people begin to feast, people begin to laugh, and the princess at some point takes a bouquet and she throws it into the audience. Do any of you
Dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, can we all dex it and see who gets the highest?
That's a dex check.
I give a.
Who do you want this to win? Who do you want to win?
I'll give it to Herbie. You've got to win today.
That's a 9. What'd you get?
You got advantage.
I have advantage. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Oh, okay. Well.
Yeah.
Woo, baby.
16.
Nice.
16.
Sal, I'm still getting used to the new body. My old body, I just dump off.
At 16, you jump into the air, gaining height that only a Harengon like you can get, and you grab it just as another hand grabs it as well. Or should I say, paw. And you see another Harengon lands beside you, your two paws on it. He immediately draws his hand back. He goes, "Oh, hi, I'm Jack."
Herbie.
And the two of you start talking, and the party continues.
I would like to. I imagine there's an empty space in the kitchen, so I'm helping with the food.
Yeah, there is.
I'm gonna go tend to the wounded from the party. Like, I think I'm just gonna go and like smile on my face. Like,
I'm doing what I love.
Yeah. You heal people, and they thank you for it. And it feels good to be helping people. You didn't realize it, but it almost feels the same as it felt before, but now you're aware of that. You're aware that it's nice to do and you like doing this.
Yeah, I can't believe I didn't see that before. Wow. Bad eyesight, I guess. Little joke.
It's around this time. Ooh. Can I ask all of you to make a perception check for me?
I'm not gonna
Perception.
Can I?
Ooh.
I'm gonna hit you with a guidance. Bless is gone at this point.
Can I use my passive?
Yes.
Wait, actually,
Back to it, baby. That's a
yeah.
That's a 9.
My passive is 17.
Plus 7, 16.
Nice. Oh my god.
A velvety 14.
21.
24.
Like
So-
Velveteen Rabbit?
Only Herbie and Erasmus see this.
Whoa.
Everyone is celebrating. It's a wedding. People are happy. So no one is really paying attention to the Duke. And it is in all this joyous celebration that he has undone his bonds and is beginning to lurk away. 2 of you see that.
Can I go after him?
I would also like to go after him.
Erasmus like sees Herbie also notice and just gives him like a look and then just starts going after the Duke and tries to catch him.
I'm very speedy.
It is not difficult to do. He is still wounded from the prior battle. He's slow in making his escape, spending more time trying not to be seen than for speed itself.
Erasmus comes up from behind him, puts like this hand on his shoulder, spins him around with a iron grip on his arm, and is like, "Where are you headed?"
I get the sense that I'm not welcome within Speria and her borders anymore. I'm going the same way your mother went.
To the Barrens.
Aye, the Barrens.
Can I make like an insight on if he's being honest about like getting out of Dodge or?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, it's a nat 20.
You remember before your growth spurt, before the ritual, you were shorter. You literally used to look up to your father. You, in your almost 4 or 5 years away in the Barrens, you always remembered him as this statuesque person towering above you, whose shadow you could never hope to fill, whose might you could never hope to surpass. But when you look at him now, you see through him plainly. He is just a man. And he is just a man who has been so horribly outclassed in his coup attempt. You see a weak and pathetic man who is running away, tail between his legs, who has no plans other than desperation.
I think that's too easy for you. You think you deserve to leave? Erasmus was practically banished, ostracized from everyone, and you're gonna run away? You coward. It's too good for you.
You're not my father anymore, but you were once. And I used to admire the power you had, and so that's what I sought after with my magics and coming back here. It's all that I was chasing in the Barrens and my whole life, but you've fallen so far in this pursuit of what? Of control? Of the highest position you can manage. I feel disgusted with myself for following in your steps like that. And I think I learned a lot in the past few days, and I learned a lot in the Barrens too, so I'm not going to stop you if that's where you want to go. But you're right, you're not welcome in Speary anymore, unless you can truly change.
There's a moment where you see his eyes flicker with something akin to recognition, and then they grow cold, and he spits at your feet, and he turns and begins to stride out.
I would like to throw one of my baked goods at him.
Yeah,
Nat 20, he's gone.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mockery him.
Go ahead and give me an attack roll.
Yeah, it's gone stale, so it's like a
Would
rock.
you say he's surprised by his attack roll?
Yeah.
I would say that he is surprised.
Sneak attack?
Sneak attack, man. Sneak attack. Sneak attack. Get advantage. Nice.
15.
Oh, plus your
Oh,
attack
plus-
bonus.
plus-
What's your attack bonus for a pastry? Can I ask?
Yeah, what is my
Say,
Cinnamon roll and
I
morning
would-
bun are different modifiers.
Dexterity.
Herbie is absolutely proficient with pastry.
I would say Herbie has expertise in pastry.
Okay,
I
so
would argue that.
21.
21 absolutely hits. You see, as he's striding out, trying to make like a cool exit, you absolutely like nail him right in the like small of his back, and he sort of like stumbles
Can it
over.
please be a jelly donut so that it gets jelly?
Yes, he has this lovely like royal blue cape that's velvety, and it just splatters.
Does he turn back to look at me?
He does.
Can Erasmus walk towards him and say, I actually have a parting gift for you too. And then from his side, Erasmus takes out the brazen head and hands it to the Duke and says, I carried this around for a while. I'm sure you remember it and all. But I think I'd prefer to leave it in the past now instead of trying to fix it. Like I did with you. And then Erasmus turns and walks away.
So good. So good.
I thought you were going to give him the potion.
I did
feeble mind.
Oh, yeah, that would have been good too.
30 days of hell.
So we celebrate at the wedding, and it's fun and it's happy, but like all things, it comes to an end. And as the night nears and people begin to grow tired, drunk, exhausted, begin to return to their rooms, where do we find the five of you on this last day of your trip together?
I think I have Erasmus out on a balcony, and I'm just telling him, oh no, you're always welcome back. You were never exiled. You were never banished.
I know, it wasn't quite technical, but I had to go with my mother, and I'm happy to be back.
Please stay.
Well, since you asked so nicely.
Also, what was the deal with the head?
It was something my mother made. It could answer any question, but it was broken when... Well, the Duke broke it, I'm gonna be honest. Yes. I tried to fix it for a while, but I was never really as talented as her, I suppose.
Nonsense. You're much more talented. I mean, I don't get how you transitioned from like a half-elf, like artificer into this, but...
That was mostly genetics. I sort of hit puberty late. You know.
Late bloomer.
Yes.
But I'm happy that you're happy.
Do you think there's a place in the court for me?
Of course. I mean, I can't personally say that there's 100% a place in the court for you, but there's a place by my side.
I appreciate that. I don't mean to pry, but I did overhear a bit of your conversation with Salislad, and I mean, they seem to suggest that you weren't quite happy here. Is that true?
My happiness died with my husband.
I'm sorry to hear that. It sounds like a painful loss, and
It was my fault. We were picking mushrooms in the forest. And, you know, Violet looks so similar to another one, and we misidentified it, and he ate more than I did.
that's quite tragic, and that must have been hard for you.
I found a new purpose for my life. I'm resigned to my fate, and I want to help people as much as I can.
We make mistakes in knowing what to trust, you know. Mushrooms, people, ideas, saints. But I guess what matters is what lies ahead. I like to think that.
Should we go back in? I'm pretty sure Herbie has eaten all of the desserts by now, but there may be one more.
Last I saw Sal was trying to do like a handspring, like a cartwheel thing.
Yes. And we walk back into the drawing room of Jessamyn's estate in the castle, where there is a grand buffet that has been set out by the staff.
I did eat all of it.
With
All of it?
yeah.
Pretty much.
Alejandro is there serving Herbie specifically. I have designated Alejandro to Herbie duty.
Thank
Like
you.
a man in
I
waiting.
did
Yeah.
make him a friendship bracelet just because I thought he deserved it.
Now
since
he
he's
can
around us
message with
now.
all of us. Now
That
he's-
one's not enchanted.
Okay.
But while you guys are having that conversation, I want to talk to Doors.
I also
Doris
also wanted to talk to Herbie.
Yeah, he wasn't there when Ambrose revealed that Herbie caused the rock slide, and she wants to sort of confess that because everyone else that she really cares about knows now. So she's just going to be sitting next to you.
Could I actually propose that Doris
Absolutely.
comes to talk to you?
Yes.
Sits down next to you. Well, I figure after all the festivities are going to calm down, it's back on the road again for you, isn't it?
I might spend a little more time here. It's nice to see everyone, but I'm sure I won't be able to stay for terribly long.
Well, if I'm not intruding too much, I think it could be an interesting life out on the road. Get a bit more life experience, and may be true that I may need to vacate my position extremely soon, considering the things I have set in motion. And people I have told to reveal information in case I was not communicating with them for a period of time. And unfortunately, I think my time in the dungeon may have
There are
triggered.
guards
Doors.
outside right now. Like,
You are, of course, welcome to travel with me anytime.
I think it'd be interesting, a tortoise and a hare.
Mm-hmm. I think we could come up with some mighty good stories about that.
You look troubled.
Well, I suppose I've been trying to figure out how to tell you something. Well, I was sort of trying to figure out how to tell everyone something, or never tell everyone something. And then when you were gone, that something I didn't want to tell everyone sort of got told. So, I guess that leaves me to tell you. My mama used to always say honesty was the best policy. And I used to hold that really near and dear to me. But I think honesty is really hard when you're worried about the way it might make people view you. And I'm sure you understand
It makes people do funny things when you know the truth about them. And, well, I'm sure you remember that day when we all met. There was that terrible accident with that rock slide. Just some freak natural disaster, everyone said. It wasn't natural. I'd always wanted to study at Starbourne. Of course, you know, us animal folk aren't always so lucky to get jobs that pay well and be seen as equal to those born of more humanoid fashion. My parents worked real hard, mighty hard, trying to raise enough money to feed our family and keep us all happy. But they couldn't make enough for me to attend a school like that. So I'd just sit in with some help from your uncle, actually. He used to slide me some pastries to sort of bribe the professors. And one day I got just enthralled by the idea of learning how to make something levitate. So I went up on that cliffside. And I guess I got a bit ahead of myself and tried to make something float that just fell too hard. And one thing led to another, and apparently I started a rock slide. I got so worried that people would find out that it had anything to do with me that I just ran into the first building I could find, and lo and behold, not only did I find Hideaway, but some mighty good friends. But how am I supposed to tell everyone that something that hurt people, something that could get me barred from a school like that I wasn't even supposed to be attending? Well, how am I supposed to come clean?
Herbie, the truth is something that's going to hurt people. That's something I've accepted my entire life. That's something I aim to manipulate. That's something that isn't always right. Holding on to a secret like that, that's only going to hurt you in the long run. However, it's only yours to know who to tell and who to not tell. How about this? We're going to be traveling together. Let's tell a new story. Let's spread the word as much as we can to all the beast folk. The barrier's down.
It's true.
There's nothing stopping us anymore.
Could be a fun little adventure.
I'd be no more happier to spread the news than with a friend.
Well, I would be honored.
So, it is. What would you like to say?
I just have a quick thing. Sal has a letter he'd like to say.
Okay.
The last we see Sal is on the balcony of their home writing a letter. And it reads, Mother and Father, I have made a revelation, and it would please you to know that it involves you all. I enjoy my job and my life, and I love doing what I do, and I am done letting you all make me feel like I don't. Therefore, effective as soon as this letter hits you, and as soon as bureaucracy applies, I hereby renounce the name Dr. Salislad Fenomen Aruvador Elabelwa Bayor, and take a new name, one reflecting the family that I feel loves me most. Dr. Salislad Fenomen Nash Herbie Jessamine Diamante Bior. It's longer, better than yours, and cooler. And also, Hubert is a big smelly poop. Yours, regretfully, Dr. Salislad Fenomen. I've already forgotten.
Wow, using only our first name.
And then Diamante, yeah.
Yeah.
I figured it'd be fun. Just throw
Diamante
one in.
Nash.
And so, it is as we turn this last page, at the end of our story, that we begin to see new pages getting written in a new book, in the next chapter of lives. After this journey, your friendships have all changed. Perhaps we could say they've changed for the better. So, it is here, leaving room for new adventures and new stories, that we will come to the end of a Starbourne wedding. This has been Hit Point Hall, and it has been a pleasure to play with you all. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.